Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is on, turning on to final for runway 13, Marshall County traffic. Could have said left final.
Low County Airport.
That's a running joke in aviation.
What, left final?
Yep. There you go.
Ooh. That was rough.
Oh, that was good. You ain't seen rough yet.
Ooh. Oh, we landed sideways. Alright, we're way too high. Maybe we'll go around. If I had slipped sooner, I might have gotten that. So what happened was on our downwind, I was so busy trying to pay attention to why they're putting him on 1.3 that we were at 1,900 feet as I hit the configure spot. So I was really high and I didn't extend my downwind long enough to adjust for that.
Yep.
So we were just too high.
Yep, I was waiting to see if you caught that.
I did, but just way too late. I went too high again.
A little bit of right runner. There you go.
Oh, too far again. Doing that. Oh. Oh, maintain control. Go. Good to go. Alright, seatbelt on.
Yep, seatbelt's on.
Flaps are up. Make sure we got our taxi light on, strobe, landing lights off, beacons on. All that's good. Pitot heat is off. Alright. Don't need heat right now. Mechanics around, we'll get our ATIS.
212.
Actually, before we do that, let's give this dates from the future. 4th September 2025, 2nd of October 2025. Continue.
Cap 1171, Peoria clearance, maintain VFR at or below 5,000, departure frequency.
Turn her down. Tap left, lateral landing flag out of view, tap up, vertical landing flag out of view. 2 from 150, 150. Everything's good there. Continue, map. Pull it out just a little bit. Our volume is good, volume looks good. Wrong with the approach, but change the tower. Now let's go ATIS.
3 ILS unusable from decision altitude to touchdown zone. Runway 31 ILS out of service. Taxiway Alpha 4 closed between general aviation ramp and taxiway Alpha. Advise on initial contact via Quebec. Ferry Town Formation Quebec, 1654 Zulu weather, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, ceiling 1000 overcast, temperature 2.12, altimeter 3017. Visual approach and use, runways 13 and 4. Notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 13 ILS unusable from decision altitude to touchdown zone, runway 31 ILS out of service. Taxiway Alpha 4 closed between general aviation ramp and taxiway Alpha. Advise on initial contact via Quebec. Ferry Town Formation Quebec, 1654 Zulu weather, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, ceiling 1000 overcast, temperature 2.12, altimeter 3017. Visual approach and use, runways 13 and 4. Notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 13 ILS unusable from decision altitude to touchdown zone, runway 31 ILS out of service. Taxiway Alpha 4 closed between general aviation ramp and taxiway Alpha. Advise on initial contact via Quebec. Ferry Town Formation Quebec, 1654 Zulu weather, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, ceiling 1000 overcast, temperature 2.12, altimeter 3017. Visual approach and use, runways 13 and 4. Notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 13 ILS unusable from decision altitude to touchdown zone, runway 31 ILS out of service. Taxiway Alpha 4 closed between general aviation ramp and taxiway Alpha. Advise on initial contact via Quebec. Ferry Town Formation Quebec, 1654 Zulu weather, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, ceiling 1000 overcast, temperature 2.12, altimeter 3017. Visual approach and use, runways 13 and 4. Notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 13 I.
Alright. Information Quebec, 1654 Zulu, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, overcast at 1000. Temperature 2.12, altimeter 3017, expect runway 13 or 4.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
All right. So, quick little lesson on this. Do you know how to tell where your cloud bases are going to be?
By cloud bases?
If they didn't have them in here, so if they didn't say the few at 5,500, do you know how to determine the approximate height of where the clouds are going to be? Okay, so what's the standard lapse rate and weather as it goes up in temperature?
Was it 3 degrees Celsius every 1,000 feet?
About 2 degrees.
2 degrees, okay.
So 2 degrees, so 21 and 12, what's your difference there?
That would be 9 degrees.
Right. So 9 divided by your 2 is?
About 4,500 feet, 5,000 feet.
So 4,500-ish. Add that to field elevation today.
Is 600, 700 feet.
So 700, 1,400, that's why they're saying 5,500, and that's right where the clouds are starting.
Cool.
So if you ever wanted to kind of predict where the clouds would most likely form at if they started forming, that's how you're going to do it.
You could also, I guess, check out the where was the other one? The winds, because these also show about what degree they're at, I suppose. So this one's already showing 10 degrees Celsius so far at 6,000 feet. So for dew point's 1, 2, and that's already at 10, so we know a little bit below 6,000 feet.
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Something new for you.
Get one more. All right. We're going to contact Tower, tell them we have information Quebec. We're Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot information. Quebec. VFR to the north practice area today. 5.8, they'll give us a new code and a new altitude. Probably going to be a little bit below 5,000. Since clouds are at 5,500, you probably want to be.
So when they read off the clouds and they say few at 5,500, what is their height? Where are they at right now on your altimeter if you were to go flying?
Where are they at?
Yep. So if you're at 5,500, are you going to hit the clouds that are up there?
Yes, right? Or is that reading at above ground level?
So they always do above ground level.
Okay. So then they would be at our altimeter would be at 700 feet above that, so it'd be about 6,100 feet.
Yep, roughly about that. So do you know the reason why they give it to you in AGL?
Staying in the pattern, I assume? Or
So how they're figuring this weather up, it's a laser that they're shooting up. It's going straight up from out here on the ground, so it's at ground level, it's shooting up and it's returning back and it's saying, hey, at 5,500 I hit a cloud.
Okay.
So it can only tell you, hey, it's 5,500 above the ground, so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, I'm sure it wouldn't be too terrible for them to put a calibration in there to basically say, hey, add 660 feet to this. And
Probably not, but keep it standardized, that makes sense. And then because we're in Class C airspace, it's 3 nautical miles visibility, 1,000 feet above, 500 feet below, and, or no, it was the 1 nautical mile away, or was it 1,000 feet away? It's been a while since I did this. 152.
It's 1,000 feet above, 5,000, or excuse me, 500 below, and 2,000 vertical distance.
2,000, okay. It's this one that's 1 nautical mile, right? 5111, I believe.
For Gulf airspace?
Yeah, or just any of these 5 nautical miles, and that's 1 nautical mile away, 1,000 feet above, and then 1 nautical mile below? Or is it still 1,000?
Nope, it's still 1,000, and then the distance is 1 mile.
Oh, distance was 1 mile, okay. I gotta re-look at this then. Okay. We're good on that. ESP's on, our radio test is good. We're gonna contact. Feel that like the engine doing that?
Where it's kind of, it sounds like it's like surging.
Yeah.
That's because you got wind blowing up from behind the prop. And it's kind of, it's like putting a damper on the prop that's trying to spin, so that's why you're hearing it pulse a little bit.
Okay, just making sure that's not a...
Nope, it's not the engine.
That's the engine going weird. All right, 124.
50 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,500, ceiling 11.
124.675, we're on with clearance delivery. We're going to ask them if we can go to the north practice area today. All right, ready?
Yep, I am ready.
Area clearance delivery, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot information, Quebec, requesting VFR departure to the north practice area today.
Sky 564 Alpha, area clearance, maintain VFR out or below 5,000, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 0257.
Squawk 0257, out of below 5,000 feet, departure frequency 125.8, 6 for Alpha.
Sky 6 for Alpha, read back correct.
Woohoo! 0257. Alrighty. So if we're going to the North Practice area, somebody else already up there, so we'll have to keep an eye out.
5468 Peoria, clearance on ground. Full route clearance, advisory to copy. Town formation Quebec, 1654 Zulu weather, wind 150 at 5, visibility 10, few clouds at 5,000. Uniform Mike, India Charlie Tango, Hoff, Hotel Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot.
So he's giving out a IFR
32 arrival.
Route, I assume.
Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.8. Squawk
Take a look at where we're going to want to go today.
Alright, it's going to be cleared direct to BUM, and then Wichita, which is India Charlie Tango, and then Hoff, that's Hotel Oscar Foxtrot 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 for the Victory 2 arrival, 5,000 initially, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.8 and 1177 on the Squawk for District 5468.
District 5468, read back correct.
Roger.
Okay, so runway 13, looking like the wind is still good on 13. Got a lot of crosswind. So we're going to depart via 13, which will bring us pretty much to the north, hopefully.
Yeah, for the most part. Are you wanting to do an intersection departure, or are you wanting to do full length?
Intersection departure via Echo 4, if possible.
Okay.
Since we know that we went through the book, I believe the takeoff minimum. Double check it. This is not the book. Where is our book? Book. A lot of documents in here. So if we take a look in here for our minimum, to stall speeds, cruise performance, landing, or landing, takeoff.
It should be with the other performance charts that were back there, for like the cruise.
Let me put the pen down. Because here's cruise performance, but
yeah, there should be one there for takeoff as well. Because usually they try to keep all the performance data together.
Components, short fuel takeoff distance, yeah. Remember it was just at 2,400 trailer 200, so let's just assume maximum weight. Let's assume altitude, pressure. Oh god, do we have a density altitude today? Kinda nice out, I don't think so. 1,500, so between these two, temperature outside is 2-1. So ground feet roll, total feet clear 50-foot obstacle, so assume about 1,950 feet. So we know that our runway is 10,000 feet, slice it in half, it's still 5,000 feet, so that's still 5 times our, or sorry, about 2.5 times our total maximum if we needed to clear an obstacle and do a short field takeoff. But this one, I remember this one doesn't have, it only has short field takeoff, it doesn't have...
Yeah, because it assumes, it doesn't matter which Cessna it's in, it doesn't assume that you're going to just do a normal takeoff. It assumes that if you're really calculating performance data for the takeoff and you need to crunch the numbers, it's going to be a short field takeoff.
Yeah, we should be good on Echo 4. Alright, contact ground, awesome for departure via Echo 4 via runway 13. POA ground, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot is at General Aviation Parking requesting taxi to runway 13, Echo 4 departure if able.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, Peoria ground, runway 13 at Echo 4, intersection departure, taxi via Delta Echo, Echo 4.
Taxi via Delta Echo, Echo 4, 6 for Alpha. Deco. Alright. So we've got our ATIS, we've got our altimeter is set to 3017. Our squawk code is set. We've got alt and squawk. Yes. Alt, yes. Okay. ADSB is on, radio tested, taxi light is on, brakes are, do a brake test, attitude indicator test, turn corner test, looks like compass test. We know the compass is being a little weird lately, so let's go ahead and move this just a tiny bit because our vacuum is weird, but we'll leave it there for now. Ready to go?
I am ready to go.
And this is what I'm talking about. So when I walked in today, the pitot heat was on, and I guess this is still on both, but people aren't doing their steering checklist.
Yeah, well, I mean, this one, the newer Cessnas, they tell you to put it in left or right to prevent cross bleeding down there, but every other Cessna I've ever flown, nobody ever moves it. They leave it in both.
That's fair. All right, clear to the left, clear to the right, clear behind, clear straight ahead. See another Cessna on, so let's get moving before they start hitting. Good clearance. Make sure you don't hit the truck, because that'd be a bad day. Nice and slow. A lot of people out. Good clearance, good clearance. All right, I'm going to do brake test. Good, would you like to do your brake test?
Sure, my airplane.
Your airplane?
All right, brakes are good. Your airplane?
My airplane?
Good.
People crossing. Holding the brakes. Side and compass have moved together, so that's better than better than last time.
One of the things I hate when people leave the doors open on the airplane and walk away from it.
Yeah. Window, leave it open, that's okay, let it air out, but close the door, please.
Yeah. Well, the wind itself is blowing up from the tail to the front of the airplane right now, so if the wind catches that door, it's going to blow it against that stop.
Yeah.
Those planes aren't designed to really catch the wing, they're just there to... Yeah.
Alright, let's do our turn. Turn is in the direction of the turn, ball's in the opposite direction. Do a turn this way, turn is in the direction of the turn, ball's in the opposite direction. Turn clear test is good. Give some clearance, get onto the taxiway, clear to the left, clear to the right. Look at those big jets that I want to fly one day. Yeah, people have been asking me, do I want to fly like the big airliners? It's like, no, I want to fly one of these twin jets.
Is that what you're shooting for, like a 135 operation?
Maybe, I don't know. I have a right now it's just see how far I can go.
Well, see, everyone runs to the airlines, wants to go to the airlines. Nobody ever wants to go to these jets out here, and you know what?
These are the most fun, I think.
I think so too, and maybe that's just because we're flight sim geeks, and you know we like flying little stuff like this too. We're not hung up on flying a 737 everywhere we go.
737s look boring. Like, to be quite honest, like, okay, they're a big plane, you get a lot of power, you're carrying a lot of people, sure, but it just seems boring. Alright, so we're not going on Papa, we're going to Delta.
Alright.
And on the taxiway, we got a truck moving, but he's not going to get on the taxiway, hopefully.
Nope, he's going to go straight to that Allegiant plane.
Here I'm pointing in the direction of the wind, before I forget. Oh no, it's this way. Alright, so this on down, so we can turn. Clear to the left still, clear to the right. Did our turn coordinator test, did our attitude indicator test. Our compass, HSI seem pretty good. So they haven't fixed the vacuum yet, I assume?
No. That's on the to-do list.
So I shouldn't put in a squat code.
No, they know about it. It's a matter of the mechanic, when he put it in, they tried to adjust it to get it so that it was more towards normal, and he adjusted it too far. So that's why it sits down out of the green arc. So.
Okie dokie. We're coming up on Delta, gonna make a left turn. Keep an eye out for traffic, keeping an eye out for planes, keeping an eye out for weather. Turning on to Delta. Gonna turn on to Echo. Our first turn. Clear to the left. Clear to the right. Looking for Echo 4.
Skyhawk 79283 Peoria clearance, maintain VFR at or below 5,000. Departure frequency 125.8, squawk 0230.
How's your day been?
So far, so good. I didn't have much this morning. I had to go to Pekin and watch over my parents' cat farm.
Correct.
They hopped on the St. Pete flight yesterday out on Allegiant and decided to leave me behind. Rude. Other than that, not much. Just chilling today.
Good.
Trying to figure out what I'm going to do on my next flight. I haven't really made a decision on where I'm going to take these two girls flying around at. It's their first time in a Cessna, so it's like, I don't really want to go up and like show them stalls and stuff like that. Unless you won't shut up, then maybe I will. We'll see.
Is this like a demo flight?
No, it's just two friends that they're co-workers out at Maui Gym.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, they decided to go for a flight finally. So I was like, all right, well, I'll take you up on a flight then. Buzz around with them for a little bit. Of course, there's not a whole lot to see in Peoria, Illinois.
Yeah. A lot of cornfields.
Yeah. Here's downtown Peoria. Let me spin around and go back the other way. Oh, look, there's downtown Peoria again. Fancy seeing that here. I wonder if I turn around if it's... Oh, look, it's still downtown Peoria. We're bigger than we think we are. I think she goes to school over in Bloomington, so maybe I'll fly over to Bloomington and show her Bloomington and fly back.
Yeah, somewhere they work, somewhere they live, somewhere they...
Like a 15-minute flight over there. Be like, look, Bloomington. All right, back to Peoria.
Peoria ground. Skyhawk November 79283. Party ramp up ready to taxi. Request intersection departure runway 13 at Echo 4.
Skyhawk 79283 Peoria ground, runway 13 at Echo 4, intersection departure.
It's got to be really
Delta,
challenging
Echo 4.
having an accent and then trying to learn how to do radio calls with an accent, because I'm sure they get a lot of...
Taxi to runway 13 at Echo 4 via Delta Echo 4, Skyhawk 283.
A lot of struggle just to get it out, and then you're probably going to have Tower asking you a million times.
Yeah, one of my students, that was his first struggle, was learning how to talk on the comms and making sure that he reads stuff back properly, because he's got that notion of reading backwards.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I said, well, you can't read taxi instructions backwards. So they tend to not like that. You can say everything else backwards as long as you get it out, but taxi instructions, not so much.
All right, let's get close enough that we're off the taxiway, but far enough that we can still turn around. Clear the bird a little bit when we do our run up. All right, we're off the taxiway. Got plenty of room. Let's do our run up test. All right, all this was good for pre-taxi. Go ahead and turn off my taxi light, turn on my landing light. Got prepared, feel set, both on the brakes, flight controls. So this is what you're saying, feel it out.
Yep, make sure it feels okay to you, move it all the way through. Forward and back, and then check it again, and kind of...
Maybe I can see what he's saying. It does feel a little bit tighter on the left than it does the right, but it's not...
Let me see if I...
Like just barely noticeable, but maybe it's more apparent when you're in flight.
Yeah, it feels fine. You'll get more airflow over it. If there's any issue where it feels like it's getting stiff, we'll just come back. But they They had an information this morning on that, so.
All right, flight controls are good. Enunciator lights, test. Good there. Someone had it in dim for some reason, but we'll keep it on bright. The way they're doing night flying. Instruments. Temp's good, pressure's good, fuel's good. Won't say EGT fuel flow. Vacuum, amperage is good, volts are good. No airspeed, turn coordinator's good. The HSI compass a little bit off. Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, but that's because your vacuum system's not in the green arc right now, so it's going to lag behind a little bit.
Diameter's good, no vertical speed, RPMs are good, not in use, and not use. You're good, that's good, that's good. Instruments are good, mixtures set to best power, push it all the way in, and taxi leaning light. Oops, sorry, not one. Still got to do her run up. Alright, so run up, hands on controls, 1800, mag left, dropping RPM, back to both, comes back up, right, comes back down, back to both, comes back up. Our amps are good, volts are good, temperatures are good, pressures are good. We have a little bit of fuel flow. These non-existent. And do our idle check.
Okay. And when you're doing your mag checks, what are you looking for on your mag checks?
A drop in RPM.
How much of a drop?
About 1,000 RPM.
Okay. So what's the maximum that you can have it drop?
That's a good point. I don't know. I would assume no more than like 2,000 at that point. I'd be a little worried.
So it won't drop 1,000, but you're looking for 100, I think is what you're meaning.
Or 100, so, yeah, sorry.
So the max that you can have is 125 on either side, no more than 50 between the two. So if one goes down 125, the other goes down 75, you're still at the 50 mark, but if one goes down 125, the other one only goes down 25, you've got a difference of almost 100 between the mag drops. That means one mag's putting out more than what the other one is. They're not sharing the load equally. So you're just checking to make sure that you don't exceed that 125 on either side and that there's no difference of 50 between them.
Let me try that again.
Sure.
I never learned that. That's a good call. So, all right, 1800. So mag left, dropping RPM. That dropped about 50-ish. Bring it back up to both. Comes back up. Mag go to right. Dropped about 25-ish. Back to both. And idle check. They both dropped about 25.
All right, and on the idle, what are you looking for?
Doesn't sound like a 1950s Mustang. I don't want to be hearing go brum, 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 or rough idle or any sort of like problems at idle. Should just be a smooth idle. I know Foxtrot, it idles at like 500, 600. Always a little weird, but it's apparently good enough.
It's a little low on its idle.
All right, throttle friction. Throttle friction's good. Pre-takeoff, flap 0 to 10. Are we doing a short fuel takeoff today?
Nope, let's just do a normal takeoff on the first one.
So flaps are up, mixture's best power, auxiliary fuel pumps off. We got a squawk code, heading bug set to 13. We'll get our heading if they want to give us a different one. Doors and windows, landing light on, strobes as required, and then we will contact tower. Let's go ahead and move over to COM 1. On the tower, we're holding short. We're Echo 4, runway 13, ready for departure. All right, ready?
All good.
Pre-air tower, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot holding short at runway 13, Echo 4, ready for departure. Kind of messed that up a little bit, but got a plan behind it. Okay.
Skyhawk 536 Alpha, Pierre Tower, runway 13, Echo 4, clear for takeoff. On departure, turn left heading 360.
Turn left heading 360, clear for takeoff, 64 Alpha. Alright, clear for takeoff. Nobody on base, nobody on final that I can see. Nobody on base, nobody on final, runway is clear.
Looks clear on my side.
Runway 13 is that way, so we're going to turn left.
Yep. One thing to keep in mind, because it's a multi-runway configuration here, always read back the runway that you were cleared to take off on, just in case he's not paying attention and he's got someone else coming in.
Okay.
It'll cue him.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I think I normally say it, but For some reason, it didn't this time.
That's all right.
All right, we're gonna line ourselves up. Ready for takeoff. Our nose wheel off the ground. One likes to shimmy. 55, rotate. As a rocket ship. Maintain our runway heading. Our 75. A little bumpy. I'm guessing we were right in the wake of the plane that took off before us or something.
No, just a couple little air pockets down here popping up from these fields.
Pressures are still good, temps are good. Turn off our landing light. 1,400 feet, gonna start turning to the north. Left turn 360. Maintain 75.
KPIA Tower, Skyhawk 283, holding forward of runway 13 at Echo 4, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, contact St. Louis departure.
Contacting St. Louis departure, 64 Alpha, have a nice day. St. Louis departure, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot, just off of KPIA, heading north at 2,300 feet.
I don't know if that was for 78 Tango, but you got stepped on. I didn't really get any of that.
978 Tango, radar contact 1 mile east of Canton Airport. Maintain VFR, zoom on navigation.
Maintain VFR, move navigation, 78 Tango.
St. Louis departure, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha, student pilot just off of KPIA, heading north at 2,600 feet.
5364 Alpha, St. Louis departure, radar contact, resume on navigation.
Resuming on navigation, 64 Alpha. Alright, let's check. We're going to be heading a little bit to the east. We're going to keep ourselves in the even thousands, so let's go 4,500 feet. I'll keep us, yeah, that should keep us high enough. Or below the clouds. 1,000 feet below, right?
Is it 1,000 above or 1,000 below?
Let me double check. 1,000 feet above, 500 feet below, 2,000 feet away.
Once you're in that turn there, just north of you, 5 miles southeast now, that aircraft has to indicate 4,000.
All right, we're looking for Capital.
We got other traffic. We've got 172 in front of us, 2,000 feet above us. We got another 172, 1,000 feet above us. I don't know, what's a BE? Craft?
Beechcraft.
78, November 90787 Bravo, St. Louis approach, information Golf, current of Bloomington.
So we'll keep an eye out for traffic. We've got another one next to us, actually.
Cap 1171, that traffic 9 o'clock and 4 miles southeast bound, out to indicate 4,000.
Oh, he's the one that's taking off.
Still looking, Cap 1171.
Airport, okay.
Yep, that's 283 taking off behind us.
87 Bravo, Roger, thank you.
Keep an eye out for that traffic. 4,000 feet.
Alright, so kind of a little bit of a game plan we're going to have here. So once we get up here, we get into a clearing out here, because I know we got that one straight clear for nose.
November 79283, 2000, climbing 3,500.
Skyhawk 79283, departure radar contact, resume on navigation.
Resume on navigation, Skyhawk 283.
Okay. So providing that one that's out to the north,
0 Lima Lima traffic,
this one here,
yeah, he's at the same altitude.
providing he's not going to stay out there and do maneuvers or something, we'll kind of stay in his general area, because this one out here is doing maneuvers.
Yeah.
So we'll stay out the north area. Let's start out by going into some slow flight.
Okay.
So once you get out there, you get to a comfortable spot that you want to start doing maneuvers, just let me know. Go ahead and do your normal clearing turns like you normally would. Set yourself up, and just let me know when you go to start the maneuver, and I'm going to see how close to the standards you get. So we're going to go into some slow flight, so get her as slow as you can, and then we're going to practice some climbs, turns, descents.
While in slow flight?
While in slow flight. So that'll be kind of your practice for, like, let's say you're in the pattern, and they tell you to extend downwind. You can slow it down and can be able to control the altitude and turning while in slow flight. That's the most common use for slow flight. Otherwise, I can't really think of any other reason why you would need slow flight, but especially in Peoria, with all the airlines that come in and out,
yeah,
we see it quite often, so.
Archer 0 Lima Lima traffic, still 2 o'clock, 3 miles southeast bound, altitude indicates 3,600.
Okay, Lima Lima, we're looking for that traffic as well.
Air 87 Bravo, 5 miles of Bloomington, class Delta service area, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Alright, so since we're on our cruise, let's go ahead and also get ourselves down. I can't wait for cross country. So excited. Just this for an hour.
Oh, you'll have plenty of things to do, trust me.
And then we get to go get a burger, and it's going to be great.
3,000, contact Springfield approach.
Yep.
132.57.
So when I do cross countries, I've got a list of places that we can go. Some of them are a little further than what normal cross countries would be, but I give the option of flying there and having a burger, and discussing the first leg, discussing the second leg, come back. Or we could just do enough to call it a cross country and touch the wheels, do a taxi back to the runway, and take back off and come back home, depending on, you know, what your time restrictions are for that day. But I give you both options. If you want to play the $100 hamburger run while you're doing it, let's do it. If you don't, then we just we'll do just the minimums and come on back.
Unfortunately, I love food, so the hamburgers is always going to be a thing.
All right, well, I got a nice little list of a couple restaurants that we could try out. In fact, that's what I'm doing tomorrow with one of my students. Is we did a short cross country to Pontiac and back, which is 51 nautical miles. It's 1 mile above the minimum. So we did that on his first one. Now he wants to go on a $100 hamburger run. So we're going to go up to Rochelle and watch skydivers and eat lunch.
Those are clouds. Clouds. Yeah, I think like my 5th or 6th flight, Gavin wanted to take me to a cross country, so he had me fly to Springfield. And then we found out Springfield is exactly 1 nautical mile below the minimum, 49 miles away from PIA.
Unfortunately.
So that was pretty rough.
Yep. Usually the closest you can get is Pontiac. Then you can go anywhere from Rochelle is about an hour flight, so that's about 90 some miles. Well, it's a little bit more than what you need, but at the same point, that's the whole point of a cross country. Go get a burger.
So there's a lot of clouds, so I'm going to bring us down to 3,500 when we do our maneuvers.
Okay.
Friendly 48, contact cancel center 127.27.
While we're trying to do maneuvers.
47, 48, yeah.
And I'll turn us a little bit this way since it's pretty open over here. That is the town of, is that Princeville? Princeville, right?
Yep. That's the town of Dean.
Nice. See, there's a Robinson R44 Astro out here going above those windmills. What's an Astro?
I don't know. I don't know the different variances on the R22s. I know the R44s, but not the 22s.
We have to keep an eye on him because he's at 1,300 feet and going to be intercepting into our...
so he's hanging out right above the windmills then.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing some work over there or something.
No, this departure extension 446 is 3.
Is that a helicopter?
Heading 220.
R22? Or is that a plane?
Unit 446,
It's a
departure,
two-seat
radar
helicopter.
contact. I'm maintaining 10,000, proceed direct Sierra Hotel Yankee.
I maintain 10,000, direct Sunshine, extension 446.
Alright, 3,500 feet.
Convoy 3531, St. Louis approach, I'm sorry, say again.
So do our clearing turn.
Okay.
Turn ourselves this way.
And Envoy 3531, proceed direct OLID and descend and maintain 3,000.
St. Louis approach, Skyline 1978 Tango has the airport in sight.
Skyline 78 Tango, roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change advisory frequency approved.
Squawk VFR, frequency approved, thanks for your help, 78 Tango.
I'm glad it brought us down to 3,500.
Contact Chicago Center 119.22.
A lot of these little clouds. Alright. Clearing turn has been achieved. We're on a northbound. Lining myself up with the roads. So we're ready to do slow flight. So we're just going to pull out power. This with or without flaps?
We will add flaps.
Add flaps.
Yep, so just keep yourself from losing any altitude and get her to slow. There we go.
First notch of flaps. There's our altitude, second notch of flaps. And not quite yet. It's power out. And our altitude. Final notch of flaps. Power fully out. So we get ourselves down to about 50. Alright, a little less power. Power. We're having it at about 50. So we're in slow flight.
Alright, so slow flight right around 50.
Right around, yeah.
Alright. So we'll hold here for just a second. Make sure you got your bearings all straight here. Got good rudder control, a little bit more right rudder. There you go. Alright. So we're holding at 50, 3,500. You're doing real good holding your altitude. Why don't you give me, see where this other traffic's at. Why don't you give me a right turn to heading of 090.
090.
St. Louis approach, Cap 1171, we have Romeo, would like to return to Peoria for a full stop.
Cap 1171, St. Louis approach, enter right downwind, runway 13.
Alright, right downwind for 13, Cap 1171.
Alright, 090.
Alright, looks good to me. Why don't you give me a left turn to a heading of 360 and climb and maintain 4,000.
Climb and maintain 4,000. Always climb with full power. Watch speed because we're going to lose while we climb. A little bit more right rudder again. A little bit of trim to help me out.
Envoy 3531, airport, 10 o'clock, 15 miles. Envoy 3531, clear, visual approach, runway 20, contact Bloomington Tower, 124.6.
Chugging. 22.
She'll get there eventually, right?
One of these days. Watching out for clouds. You're IFR certified, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, we're not going to bust into them. They're probably still we're probably about 500 below them right now.
It says a 5364 Alpha, how much further north were you looking, Gus?
So I'm going to turn to the south now.
We're going to turn to the south now, 64 Alpha.
64 Alpha, roger.
So go ahead and give me a left turn to south heading.
Alright, we're at 4,000 feet, pull out our power, maintain our altitude, and then we're going to turn south. A little bit more right rudder.
Cap 1171, contact Peoria Tower, 124.0.
Over to tower, Cap 1171, thanks for the help.
I wonder if they're shifting their approach distance.
Yeah, I feel like we're not that far out. I've gone further before.
I've gone quite a bit further north before.
Maybe he's just being vigilant.
Could be. Interesting. Okay.
I just want to touch him.
Please.
Alright, maintain our altitude. A little faster than normal. Pull up just a tiny bit of power.
So what controls your airspeed when you're in slow flight? So pitch.
But I don't want to keep gaining altitude because we're still gaining altitude. Which could be from updraft, could be from just about anything. So let's come back down. They're now heading south. At 4,000 feet. Yeah, okay, we're definitely hitting an updraft of some kind.
Alright, why don't you give me a right-hand turn to a heading of 240.
240, right-hand turn.
283 traffic, 10 o'clock, 4 miles, south, passenger altitude 3,900.
We're looking for that traffic, and we'll stay closer to the river. Skyhawk 283.
283, roger.
Right.
4,000 feet. Still going a little fast, but our pitch again. There we go. Gonna maintain.
All right. So why don't you let's descend and maintain 3,500, and let's turn to a heading of 150.
Pull out our power. 1,500. You said 150.
Yep.
150. So again, let's grab our altitude, fix our trim, help us out while we descend. 1,500. I gotta stop looking at my instruments so much. 90% out, 10% in.
Finally, somebody knows what VFR is. I'm at the point with one of my students, I'm going to start covering all his gauges up until he starts looking outside.
Really, it's really challenging because I want to be like on speed, so I want to do everything correctly, and then But I know you have to be paying attention outside too, so I'm trying to do my best.
Well, it's one of those that
1,500 or 150.
Yep, you caught it. So, yeah, it's one of those that if you keep looking out inside at the panel all the time, you know, I'm gonna start covering stuff up. But at the same point, once you get to IFR, start learning IFR stuff. That's when it's all of a sudden you're inside and you pretty much never come back outside.
Yeah. I mostly do IFR on my flight sim stuff, unfortunately, so that did not help with like my own little teaching.
971, roger there, service terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change.
Alright, why don't you put me on that's going on west heading. So turn me west, and then once you get to west, go ahead and recover.
Okay.
Your slow flight looks really good.
Thank you.
You're keeping it within standards. So,
Chicago Center, Sky,
you're not going to have any issues there.
3,800, direct Whiteside County.
042, Foxtrot, still on St. Louis, contact center 124.55.
124.55, 3542 Foxtrot.
And that is us. Almost at the west. Come on. That is us west. So recover. First notch flaps. Scanner. Speed. Second notch flaps. And notch flaps. Get back down to 3,500.
5155 Sierra, St. Louis approach, Bloomington altimeter 3015. Say your altitude one more time.
Alright. We're covered.
Alright, that looks good to me. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and let's move into some stalls again. So, stalls, why don't you show me a power on stall? Let's do it to indication and then recover. And then we'll follow it up with a full break.
Okay.
055 Sierra, I'm getting 7,000 on the altitude. Bloomington altimeter 3015.
Pull this on down, maintain our altitude. A little bit of slow down. Windy. Power out while we do. 565. Just straight up like a rocket ship. Right rudder. Vertical speed, make sure. Climbing, and we have recovered.
Alright, so
550.
go ahead and bring her back to normal speed, and then
your mode C. I'm
do
getting
the same thing again. This time, take it all the way to full break.
Okay. Full power out while we back down to our altitude. Think nice and fast. Full break.
Alright, so let's say the wing decides to dip to the left. What are you going to do?
Roger.
Rudder, not aileron.
Okay. Push that nose for us. There you go.
Sir, 51550, still reading 7,000.
Okay.
Alright, so that was good. So just remember once it does break and the nose starts to come down, make sure you push forward a little bit on there. to break that stall horn. That way you don't try and level off and the stall horn's just slowly working itself out. You want to hear that stall horn cancel itself out, and then you can start bringing it back level again.
550, roger.
All right, why don't you put me on a heading of, let's see, how far north did we go last time?
Not very far north.
And why don't we go, why don't you turn me around, let's put me on a east heading. Find yourself something to line up with and demonstrate for me a power off stall.
Okay, with flaps or without flaps?
With flaps. So let's demonstrate just like it's a landing you're coming in, and go to first indication and then recover. Then we're going to do the same thing and we're going to do full brake. That way I kind of see how that's progressing. That one was good. You did both of those within standards. So
November 55 Sierra, turn off your altitude portion of your transponder. Still on your greater than 200 feet. We're still showing you 6,900 feet.
Notch flaps. Second notch flaps. Last notch flaps. So we're going to pretend like we're coming in for a landing, and
55 Sierra, radar services terminated.
Power off.
For exchange crew. Have a good day.
vertical speed. First notch flaps. Get some more speed, second notch flaps. And up, and away. We're already at our altitude, so.
Yep, that's fine. So go ahead and bring her back down to 3,500.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Alright, so now demonstrate for me one to full brake.
One full brake, alright. Power out 1500. First notch flaps. Second notch flaps. Final notch flaps. Coming down. Trying to.
Approach, good afternoon, Blue Streak 5468, 2.2, climb at 5,000.
Blue Streak 5468, Center Sports Radar contact, climb maintain 10,000.
10,000, Blue Streak 5468.
First notch flaps. Get that vertical speed up. Second notch flaps. Notch flaps. And up, and away. Took a lot to break it.
Yeah, and it does.
St. Louis approach, 715 Delta Charlie with you,
So,
4,000 down to
that one was good.
715 Delta.
One thing to watch on that is try to break that stall horn as fast as possible on that one when you do that, because typically, like when that happens, you're coming in for landing. So you were coming in for landing, you pulled it back. If you let it drop any further, it's assuming you're pretty much over the runway. So any lost altitude is ground at that point. So just make sure that you break that stall horn right away as you're getting that power in. Break that stall horn, get that nose back to level, start speeding up. Try not to work the flaps out so fast. You know, try to get that a nice climb coming, because you did have a positive rate on here, but the altitude wasn't changing at all. It was pretty much staying right where it was at, because every time you're lifting the flaps, it was settling back down.
Okay.
So just make sure that you can see that you actually have a climb started, and as that climb started, you see the altimeter start to go up, then you can start working the flaps out. Just make sure you actually see a climb going on this, and it's not just the pressure in here bleeding out. So, but other than that, great job. So, we're not gonna worry about that until after solo time. So, let's see here. All right, you've had an engine failure.
Oh no!
Oh no, crappy airplane.
Hey, pitch for best airspeed, so bring us on up. Catch the altitude as best I can, fix my trim, catch that 75B, best place to land. A lot of trees behind us, so I'm gonna go for this here. See checklist, fuel set to both, fuel shut off is in, mixture's in, give myself some throttle, put on my fuel pump, and try to relight the engine. Engine's not relighting, turn it off, 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 engine's not gonna relight, we're boned. Gonna go ahead and do your checklist to see is done, so D declares 7700, mayday, 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 Skyhawk 64 Alpha, just 20 miles north of Peoria International Airport. Engine failure coming down in the field.
Contact Sky Center 119.22.
No nearby.
1922. There we go.
No nearby airports. I maybe could have. No, I couldn't have crossed the river from here. Never mind.
No, you would never make it.
So let's pick kind of like this big old grass strip right here where that house is. So I'm gonna actually come on down this way.
All right, so you're talking about this light green strip that's right here?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
So coming in to land on that, where's your wind going to be out of?
My wind's actually going to be going this way, unfortunately. So maybe I'll do the opposite direction. And
okay, you can still use it. Just know where the wind's coming from.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you need to pull a slip out, you'll need to know where the wind's coming from, so you can enter the slip as soon as possible. So
watch my altitude. We're at 2,500. Trying to maintain that 75. Taking myself quite a bit of length so we get enough room to turn around. So let's start shallow turn. My wings level, keep my altitude. I'm gonna keep it out this way until I feel comfortable enough to turn. I'm gonna hit 2,000. As soon as I hit 2,000, I'm gonna come in and turn it all the way in, maintaining 75.
St. Louis, Flight 1, landing area in sight. Flight 1 for your change approved. Flight 1.
75, 2,000. Yeah, we'll be.
Number 283 traffic is 12 to 1 o'clock, 3 miles opposite direction, indicates 2,900. Looking for that traffic, Skyhawk 283.
First notch flaps in.
St. Louis approach, correction, RV 715 Delta Charlie, we have the airport tonight, like to go and cancel IFR. RV 5 Delta Charlie, IFR cancellation received, squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 715 Delta Charlie, squawk with VFR. Thank you for your help.
A little bit of a down. I think I would have overshot this quite a bit. Final notch flaps.
Alright, well there's your 500.
Cover.
Still looking for that traffic, Skyhawk 283.
Not looking for us, is he?
Nope. He's 283 is actually flying into the airport, and the traffic he's looking for is behind him. So, good luck looking for him.
I could see him all the way from here.
Adjusting his rearview mirror, looking for it.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 700 283 with information from Romeo. Let's request full stop, runway 13.
Okay, so most of that went pretty good. Probably what could have worked a little bit more in your favor on that one is you noticed when you were coming in, you were setting up for the final approach. You waited a little bit to put the flaps in.
Yeah.
Until you got a lot closer to the runway, which is fine because you can't pull them back out. So
yeah.
You know they are what they are. but you can add them in a little bit sooner, and you could have created a little bit more drag to kind of bring you down. You were also kind of hanging out at about 75 to 80 the entire time. Yeah. Most of these Cessnas, their glide speeds are 65.
This one, when we go through it, it does say 75. Oh wait, is that? Oh, arrival is 65. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I always get the takeoff and.
Yeah, does it have it listed on that one there?
Yeah, arrival 65 right here.
Yeah,
30 full knots.
Yeah, so best glide speed is going to be about 65 in these. So getting it back to 65, you're going to basically treat it like you're on final the whole time coming in. So that way you're nice and slow. You can focus on everything. So.
Okay. I'm going to turn us to the east. Okay. So we're not going to go back into Class C on accident while we climb.
Alrighty.
That'd be funny, but let's not do it. Oh, this wasn't open the whole time. I was wondering why I'm getting so hot.
Alright, once you get up to about, why don't we do, let's see what we got for traffic.
Pretty empty
we
right
got
now.
No traffic out here right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you take us up to 3,500, and then why don't you demonstrate some steep turns for me?
Okay.
So while you're climbing up there, explain to me how to do a steep turn.
In between these two notches, give it a little bit of extra throttle, give it 2 swipes. We're going to maintain altitude, speed at 90 knots, do a full 180 back to our heading, and then we're going to do it the opposite direction immediately, full 180 back to our heading, and try to hit our wake.
Alright.
Maybe. You wanted, let's go back west while we do that, since get up the speed first. Alright, let's go back west. A little bit less rudder. Yeah, because last time I was a little slow. I did the stall, or not the stall. I did the steep turn correctly. I was just slow the whole time, so this time I'll try to give it just a tiny bit more throttle and pay attention.
Yep, just a little bit will help quite a bit in a steep turn. It'll also help pull you around the turn a little bit.
Yeah. Alright. We are set up. Do we need to do another clearing turn, or?
No, we'll call that your clearing turn since you did a 180.
Okay. Alright, let's get up to altitude. Here we're good on our speed. 1 swipe, 2 swipe, to the right. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. Alright, so we're gonna...
Okay, just a little bit more rudder. There you go.
Always literally just a touch. There's altitude, so we'll pull.
Scout 33 St. Louis, approach, turn 10 degrees, approach line 20.
That's our west. Now this way. Oh man. Going slow again.
Yep, so just watch your bank. I'll go over 45. You're right at it, so that's good.
And back out. Pull out my power back out, and we're on west. Pull out my swipes. Recovered.
Okay. That went pretty good. So the speed issue what's causing all of that is the adjusting of the power.
Yeah.
So what they want this to be is a constant power maneuver. So once you put it in, set it, leave it. Take your hands off of it. You shouldn't really have to adjust it. As long as that throttle friction lock is going to hold it there for you, you shouldn't have to adjust your power at all during that maneuver.
Okay.
So when you're coming around and you're doing your turns, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at the horizon.
Okay, so you're picking like a spot on the dash and you're following it along? Okay. Just want to make sure. So, all right. So why don't you do one more of those?
Okay.
And when you set your power initially, wherever you set it, let go, and just keep your spot on the horizon as you come around on both sides, and watch your airspeed. It shouldn't change all that much, as long as you're not doing a bunch of aggressive back and forth the whole time.
All right, ready?
I am ready.
1 swipe, 2 swipe, throttle in. Gonna do left this time. 45.
So looky there. Staying right about 90. A little fast, but that's because the nose is down just a little bit. See how it's just hanging there at 90?
Yeah. And we're back on our west. Go back the other direction.
There's approach from 20.
A little bit more right rudder. A little bit more altitude. And west. Lights out. And recover.
All right. So that worked out pretty good. You held your speed the entire time. The only time that you lost it is right when you came back around on like the last quarter of that last turn. When you came around, the nose came up. And when you were starting to recover and everything, the nose shifted just a little bit up when you were reaching out to make the adjustments. So as long as you keep that nose there, you're fine. But you didn't bust your 10 knots, plus or minus. You stayed right there at about 90. You went up to about 95 on the highest point, but then the rest of it, you lost right at the 80, but you didn't go beyond it. And that was just that last portion of the turn, when you started going to recovery mode.
Yep.
So other than that, that was fine. So that works out best instead of having to keep adjusting the power and whatnot. It looked like you added about 300 RPM, give or take.
About 300, yeah.
So each time you do that, 2 swipes, 300 RPM, go into your turn, it should stay right where you're at. So, okay, that was really good. So, all right. Why don't you do an engine fire? You got your engine on fire right now.
While we got time, while our engine's on fire, I'll go ahead and put in our squawk 7700, mayday, engine on fire. Pulling out mixture, first of all, fuel cut off, turn off fuel pump, make sure the magnetos are off. We're not going to relight it for engines on fire. Mayday. 20 miles north of KPIA, coming down on the field, tell me when my engine's out. Probably go a little bit faster, but...
There you go. Yeah, you can get it all the way up to that yellow arc. You'll get the best descent rate possible. As long as it's over that 110, that's all you need, because that's what will extinguish a fire.
Engine out yet?
And your engine fire is out.
Fire's out. Cover. Pulse back up. Gain as much altitude as possible. Look for the best place to land. I'm going to go ahead and do these fields over here. Away from the trees. 75.
Yep, so 65 best glide, so shoot for 65.
That's with flaps. 75 is approach without flaps. 10 to 20 on this plane. Unless you want me to still stay with 65.
You should have a best glide. Why don't you grab the manual for me real quick? I'm going to look it up real quick on this one. It should be 65. And that doesn't matter if it's got flaps or not. It should be just best glide, but I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, please do, because Gavin just told me a million times 75, 75, 75, so that's all I remember. Alright, I'm going to aim for this green field up here. I mean, 65 makes more sense, but I just feel like you drop a lot faster with 65.
Yeah, maximum glide 68.
Okay.
And it doesn't indicate whether it's with or without flaps, so you can just assume 68. Precautionary landing at 65.
I like these fields. Yeah, they should be good. Alright, first notch flap, second notch flaps. Go ahead and bring in our last notch of flaps. Just coast on in. Watching our altitude. Oh, it's hot.
Yep, I'm being nice and low right now, and we're nice and slow, and there's no airflow.
And that's our 1,000. I was going to try and aim for that green one, but I guess it would have hit probably in between the two rows. Might have been bad to cover. Flaps. Second flaps. Flaps. Turn away from. Turn back to the south. Oh, I thought those were the windmills, never mind.
Yeah, I do see ones that have, well, there's one tower out this direction, but you're going to outclimb it, so. Alright, so yeah, use that 68 as your best glide, so.
68, 68, 68.
Yep, so anytime you got an engine failure, shoot for 68, regardless of what it's at. You can go ahead and throw that over there whenever you get a moment.
68, 68. I really got to unlearn that habit of 75.
Yeah, I thought that sounded a little fast, because usually it's at 75, you're going to have so much lift when you go to rotate out. What that's designed it, so your normal speed is 65 when you're on final there and you're setting up. So if you're at 68, pulling the nose up just a little bit when you're trying to set up your round out to land, you're already there, so you just have to rotate out and touch. At 75, when you're coming down and you try to set up for the landing, immediately you're going to have flaps in and you're going to try and get that thing down. What's going to happen, you're going to balloon up.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what happens a lot, because I'm always over about 70, 65, I think. So if I'm even a little bit above 70, I'm sure that's what's causing me to always come back up a little bit before I level up.
Yeah, that could very well could be.
I'm wondering if I've always been getting confused with it, because the takeoff is 75, so I'm wondering if I'm just somehow assuming that's also glide, but 68, 68, 68.
So like the other Cessnas, like 090, 283, all of those, they're 65. That's why I was like, all right, I don't know why it would be another 10 above for 180 horse. I don't think adding, another 20 horsepower engine in there is going to change it that much on the approach, so.
Right. Did I bring my water with me? No, I didn't. Oh, that's a rip. All right.
Yeah, and I went and I brought a freaking frappe with me, and I was empty when I put it in the cup holder, so that didn't do me any good either. Like, I need a little bit of energy this morning.
All right, get a cup, we'll go to swing by a cloud, and
there you go.
I mean, theoretically, if the cup is warm enough, maybe.
I mean, could. I mean, that's all it is, visual moisture, so. And they become the danger zone in winter time.
Yeah. I haven't had to do anything with pitot heat, or I don't think this one has carb heat.
Nope, you don't have carb heat.
But I have to remember if I ever decide to fly another one in the winter, I do have to remember carb heat on, is it takeoff and landings? Or no, it's...
pretty much anytime you get below a certain altitude. I think it's placarded in here.
Well, this one doesn't have carb heat, so probably not.
No, carb heat not. So pitot heat went right there by your finger.
Pitot heat must be on operating below degrees in instrument meteorology.
So only when you're in IFC conditions. So you
we,
should need it right now, but if you were going to go try and bust through that cloud, then you would need to put that on to make sure that you don't pick up ice on your PDOT tube.
Yeah, because it's like 10 degrees right now at those heights, so is that I can never convert it correctly. Now let's be a little bit above 40, right?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit above 40 because 0 is 32, so.
Yeah. 1.8 times 1.8 plus 32, so.
Yeah, I can never remember the conversion. All I know is if it's plus 10 or minus 20, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
That's the danger zone for icing. So. Okay. So we did some emergencies, we did some stalls, we did some
things we did last time too.
Yep, which that's perfectly fine. So we got that. Let's see, what time you got it until?
I don't remember. I think I added an extra half an hour, so I think 4?
4? Okay.
Yeah, 4. Oh wow, we still got like...
Sky 52090, St. Louis
my clock is wrong.
maintain VFR, and resume navigation, and on altitude.
Alright.
Alright, VFR, on navigation and altitude, thanks, 290.
I was going to go into Mount Holly, but there's somebody in the pattern playing at Mount Holly right now.
We've got Marshall County right in front of us. But I see somebody else there too, unless that's a... Well, it's United Airlines.
Yeah, it's United going by. Yeah, if you want to go into Marshall County, take me into Marshall County and let's do some landings.
Okie dokie. My weakest link. Untowered fields. Alright, so Unicom...
Is it a towered field?
No, it's an untowered field.
Yeah.
So their Unicom is 122.8, so let's go ahead and get it on COM 2, 122. Actually, let's keep that right there.
4, visibility.
2.8. Alright. Go ahead and get this direct to nearest airport, Marshall. Oh, nope. Nearest airport. Marshall County. Activate. Okie dokie.
Alright, so what's your game plan when you get to Marshall County?
Don't know yet. That's what we're figuring out. Let me make sure I'm all good on altitude while we're flying this way. So, weather currently is still 130 at 3 knots. Let me get this cleared. It's 75. Usually I have this all prepared ahead of time, but because this is thinking about it, so I got runways 13 and 31. Weather is still, I believe, at 130 at 5. Oh, come on. So Peoria weather, wind 160 at 4, but Marshall County was saying 130 at 3, so I'll believe Marshall County 130 at 3, so let's go for runway 13, since that would be perfect. So runway 13, I'm going to set it for 13 here. It'll be pretty much coming at a right angle to it. I don't have it in sight yet, but we're still 10 miles out, so.
Alright, so if you want, since you're going to go into Marshall County, if you want, you can let St. Louis know that you're planning to go to Marshall County.
Oh, okay.
That way they know.
St. Louis approach, Skyhawk 64 Alpha.
Sky 64 Alpha, go ahead.
64 Alpha, we're going to go ahead and do some touch and goes at Charlie 75 Marshall County.
Alright, 64 Alpha, you can remain on your current squawk code and frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved, remain on current squawk. Thank you, 64 Alpha.
Alright, we're good there. Marshall County field elevation is 685, which means our pattern altitude is 1,600, which means we should, or sorry, yeah, 1,600. So we're gonna keep an eye out for Marshall County while we're coming in.
Alright, so which side of the, so we're coming in for 13, so where's the pattern at on 13?
Right now, the pattern would be coming into the base of 13 if we wanted to, but I'm going to call out for a left traffic touch and goes. So if I want to do left traffic, I need to get on the other side of 13 and do a 180 and do that. Or I could cross midfield and then head into the downwind. So why don't we cross midfield? Because that's the one thing I failed last time, was telling people I'm crossing midfield.
Alright.
Actually, I want to bring us down. While we're doing that, 7 miles out, I'll wait till we get about 5 miles out, and then I'll make my initial call. My initial call is going to sound something like, Marshall County traffic 64 Alpha is inbound for left traffic touch and goes, runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
Yep. And then when you say you're inbound, just give them a rough idea of where you're at.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're...
St. Louis, Lindbergh 45, 82, over 10,000 with
no, to the west of
area.
Marshall County.
Lindbergh 45, 82, St. Louis, first line, the visual approach runway 13, turn 20 degrees right back to final, maintain 6,000.
20 right, 6,000, Lindbergh 45, 82.
And I think that is the field right there. So yeah, run across midfield, come into our downwind.
907 golf, 2 minute prior with jumpers, 10,500 and below. 10,500 and below over Taylorville.
I'm bringing us down since we're quite a ways up. Man. But yeah, I'm really rough with... I mean, I think I've only landed like 3 touch and goes at Mount Holly, and we did 1 landing here. So I'm very... It's my... What I would assume is my least... my worst skill.
Well, what this will give you an idea of what it's going to be like going across country. So you're going to go to unfamiliar territory. So you're planning it all out in your head. You're planning out, where's the traffic pattern? How am I going to get to that pattern? You know, what's the pattern altitude? Make sure you got all your frequencies in line for it, which you do.
Alright, we're at 5 miles out. Marshall County traffic, Skyhawk 64 Alpha is about 5 miles to the west of Marshall County, inbound for left traffic, runway 13, touch and goes, Marshall County traffic. And we're about miles out, I'll tell them that we're going to be crossing midfield.
Alrighty.
Actually, I should probably do it a little bit sooner. Anyway, we're at 2,000, looking for that 1,600 for that pattern altitude.
Alright, so you're going to cross over, go right into a left downwind? Okay.
Left downwind for your runway 13. Does that sound good?
That's fine with me.
Please tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's one of 2 options. Either you go over and you do right into the downwind, or you go out and you do your teardrop back onto the 45.
West side of the field, 10,500 and below, Taylorville.
Me personally, I like doing the teardrop just because I can go over the airport and join the pattern for a full downwind. Sometimes it kind of rushes you a little bit if you're going midfield into the left. So as long as you got your stuff in order, so when you turn on downwind, you're ready to go. It works out.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha, inbound, crossing midfield to enter the left traffic downwind for runway 13, touch and go, Marshall County traffic. Alright, we'll let it go back up. Drop floor pattern.
3,500, Lindbergh 4582.
We stay at our 1,600. In and out for traffic on all directions. Make sure our landing light is on. Taxi nav, strobe, heat. Our mixture is fully in. Landing light is on. We're good. Going to be crossing the midfield here shortly, and I'm going to actually a little bit more this way now that I can see 13.
Approach Lindbergh 4582 at the field site.
Just to 130.
Clear the visual 13, Lindbergh 4582.
I'm on the right Unicom, right? 122.8. Check that for me.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll say usually it's the same one as peaking. That's how I always remember it.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha, crossing midfield for the left downwind, runway 13, touch and go, 64 Alpha.
Marshall County traffic.
I think I said that 3 times now, but I just want to be very sure that people hear me when I say I'm crossing midfield. The last time we were here, I failed to stop at the intersection for the other runway. And the good thing we're not landing on 36 and 13 because I didn't see that they were really tiny like that. Dropping below my pattern again, so let's get back up into the pattern altitude. That is our midfield.
Morris traffic, E vector 9 Victor Papa, 6 miles to the west, inbound for 18 Morris.
They just resurfaced this runway here.
Very nice.
Yeah.
24-0, Lindbergh 4582, take care.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is on left downwind for runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
Alright, let's go ahead and configure first notch of flaps, 75.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is turning on to left base for runway 13, touch and go, Marshall County traffic.
NML traffic, stationary 3907 Golf, 2 miles south of the airport, wind our left downwind, runway 18, Annabelle.
Morris traffic, remote 102 Golf X-ray, 10 miles to the north, inbound, full stop taxi back, runway 18 Morris.
Second notch of flaps.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is on, turning on to final for runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
Could have said left final.
Hello, County Airport.
Don't you dare say left final. That's a running joke in aviation.
What, left final?
Yep.
Madness traffic, Cessna 34193 is flying the practice RNAV approach, runway 21, low approach only, Madness traffic.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is on short final, runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
And Marshall County traffic, 007 is 10 miles west and Alpha landing, Marshall County.
Okay, it got busy all of a sudden.
Of course, you come and now all of a sudden they want to. Let's watch your front rudder a little bit. There you go.
Ooh. That was rough.
Oh, that was good. You ain't seen rough yet.
That's off.
You can smell the asphalt.
Marshall County traffic, Skyhawk 64 Alpha is on upwind, runway 13, heading for left traffic, 64 Alpha, Marshall County traffic.
Oh, I'm screwing that all up. Are we doing more, or was that?
Oh, we can do one more, and then on the next one we'll do a departure.
Okay.
So when you're taking off, you don't have to announce you're on the upwind.
Okay.
You just have to announce when you start your crosswind. Because technically the upwind is if you're basically going around.
Alright, so if our pattern altitude is 1,600, that means we need to turn at 1,300. It felt like a rough landing.
571 to it Alpha on the upwind, going to be running up downwind runway 3, okay. Morris traffic, E vector 9 Victor Papa, 1 mile west, crossing midfield, teardropping into 18, Morris.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is turning on to left traffic for runway 13, left crosswind for runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
Messed that up a little bit. Ooh, it is a little bit windier over here.
And Marshall County traffic, 007 is 5 miles west, and we'll be following touch and go in, will be number 2 for 13.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is on left downwind for runway 13, Marshall County traffic. Number 1 in the pattern, Marshall County traffic.
Yep. Alright, so he's
Low County traffic
to the west.
180 uniform on downwind for 3, Low County.
Low County traffic, Sunset 571 Juliet Alpha, going to be making a short approach, runway 3, Low County.
Alright, we'll get blown by the wind a little bit, I think. Get more in line with the runway. Altitude, rotor speed.
Forest traffic, Greenwell 102 Golf X-ray, 5 miles to the north. Inbound runway 18, full stop, doing overflying the field, midfield, left teardrop for 18, Morris.
Notch of flaps.
Alright, I got him inside.
Low County Sunset 571 Juliet Alpha on final runway 2, to be a full stop.
Yeah.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is turning on to left base for runway 13, Marshall County traffic.
Six-four Alpha, this is 007. We're about 4 miles west. We're going to turn in and do a straight-in approach behind you.
Roger, 64 Alpha.
You can let him know we got him in sight.
We've got you in sight, 64 Alpha. Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha is turning on to final for runway 13, 64 Alpha.
Monmouth traffic, Cessna 34193 is on a 5-mile final, runway 21, low approach only, departing to the south, Monmouth traffic.
Morris traffic, Greenwell 102 Golf X-ray, 3 miles to the northwest. Going to be overflying the field, midfield, left teardrop for runway 18. Full stop, taxi back, Morris.
Whew. Don't like that. Ooh. A little rough again.
And Marshall County Aero 007 is 2 mile final for 13 and will be full stop.
Alright, so how do we do departure? Because I've never done departure before.
Yep, so on departure, you can either go within 10 degrees left or right of center line and depart out, or you have to join the pattern and depart off the pattern, are the only two methods you're given. So if you want, you could start, since we're going to be going out to the south pretty much, you could just departure out to the south and just let him know that you're on the departure leg, you're departing out to the south.
Okay.
Marshall County traffic, 64 Alpha departing out to the south, Marshall County traffic.
Alright, so let's go south. That second landing was kind of rough. I was a little too high as we came down, and it kind of bounced just a tiny bit.
Yep, so all that was is you had just a little bit too much energy still stored up on that landing, and then there was just a little bit, you pulled a little bit too hard on the I wouldn't call it flare, but the round out.
We got the vector on site. We're about to cross over midfield.
But
right
essentially, you came in at the right angle. You were a little high, but you were adjusting the power on the way in to compensate for that. But when you were coming into land, you had just too much energy on final. When you flared out, you hit the ground, and then you just had just enough pitch to allow that wing to have enough lift to climb back out, and then it realized as soon as you climbed out that it didn't really have that energy and set back down. So the fact that you kept the nose up was what I was looking for. Because a lot of people will let the nose come down, and when they do, then you're going to hit the nose. You're going to do a porpoise down the runway.
Yeah,
keeping the nose up is the important part.
That's what I was trying to avoid, because I knew I was it screwed up a little bit, but
No, those were good landings. That's, trust me. There's a few students that are doing a lot heavier landings than what you're doing there. Your landings are fine, so don't beat yourself up on them. Those were nice landings.
Final 1-8, Morris.
Okay, so since we're departing the area, now we need to call back St. Louis Approach and let them know, hey, we're back with you. He already has your squawk code, so he's not going to read that back. He just needs to confirm radar contact with you again.
Okay.
And then just let him know what you want to do. So, based on time, why don't we head back to Peoria? And
do
then
some touch and goes.
Yeah, so request the option at Peoria.
Okay. Okay. St. Louis Approach, Skyhawk 64 Alpha, just off of Marshall County to the south, looking for the option to PIA 64 Alpha.
Sure, 64 Alpha, St. Louis Approach, ident.
So hit ident.
St. Louis Approach, Skyhawk 3542, Foxtrot 4500.
I didn't tell him my altitude, that's my bad.
That's right, he's going to read what he sees on your end, and you just match it with him.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha's radar contact 4 miles south, Marshall County, altimeter 3013.
3013?
Yep, 3013.
So what do I say back?
You just read that back.
64 Alpha, did you want runway 13 or 22?
Runway 13, please, 64 Alpha.
64 Alpha, expect.
So we're going to go ahead and turn towards... Was I supposed to say something back to him?
Nope, you're fine.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm already turned towards... Oh, I'm already turned towards Peoria, never mind.
Yep, so you can just follow the river all the way back to Peoria.
Yeah, I thought it was that way.
Number 3542 Foxtrot, St. Louis Approach, did you want runway 22 or 13? 3542 Foxtrot, we'll take runway 22. Number 42 Foxtrot, expect that.
Okay, so they're taking 2-2, so let's see what our ATIS looks like. They're probably doing that for a reason. Maybe the winds have changed. So, weather... We got wind 180 at 5. Okay. So actually we're going to want runway 22 as well. St. Louis Approach, Skyhawk 563, 64 Alpha. Can we change our runway to runway 22, please, 64 Alpha? He's going to go, don't ask me again. You already said you want 13. Should I try that again?
No, we'll wait till we get a little bit closer. He might have problems hearing, or he might be coordinating with Peoria.
Okay.
Let's see, the other one.
Yeah,
One to come in too.
This will be a straight in to runway 22 if we get 22. There's still quite a bit of ways. I probably shouldn't have even contacted him, other than just...
Well, it does say on your chart there, it does say to contact within 20 nautical miles. So you're within 20 nautical miles now of the airport, so you just made sure that you called them before you got to the 20-mile mark, so nothing wrong with that.
How you liking today's flight so far?
Good. You're doing real good today.
Keyword, today.
Well, you add wind in or something like that, you know, more than what you got today, it could be a totally different flight. But from what I'm seeing today, I don't see any problems.
I actually really surprised myself with those 2 touch and goes, because that second one had a lot of crosswind, and that's still, again, like one of my biggest worries is that crosswind, and I just did it. So I'll turn on my landing light. What about that? And I'll make sure just a little bit lean. We're in our cruise. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna contact him again. St. Louis Approach, Skyhawk 5364 Alpha.
Skyhawk 64 Alpha, go ahead.
64 Alpha, can we change our runway to runway 22 for the PIA 64 Alpha?
Yeah, you can expect 22.
Expecting 22, 6 for Alpha. Thank you. Do I need to tell them that we're also doing touch and goes? Because I don't think we've told them that.
No, because you said the option earlier on your other one, so he's expecting. Yeah, so when you request.
6 for Alpha, you can contact tower 124.0.
Contact tower 124.0, 6 for Alpha. Have a nice day. See ya. Sierra Tower, Skyhawk 534 Alpha is inbound for runway 22, touch and goes, 6 for Alpha.
Remember 536 for Alpha, Sierra Tower, make straight in runway 22.
Straight in, runway 22, 6 for Alpha. Cool. That was easy. That's like the easiest approach I've ever done.
Yeah, he's keeping it easy for you today.
So, does this have the ability to show us the runway 22 marking?
Like the actual runway itself?
Yeah.
So one way that you could do that, so if you go in here, this is an instrument function. You go to procedure. Got Peoria already dialed in, so you go up to approach, runway, doesn't matter which one you pick. You could do RNAV 22, and you could do vectors, activate approach.
Ooh, instruments!
Instruments alive! So, activate vectors to final. Alright.
So we want to go Whiskey, Echo, Kilo, Alpha, is that Romeo?
Yep, WeCar. WeCar! So if you go to WeCar and you follow that line in, that's going to be a straight in approach straight into the runway.
Airport in sight.
Alrighty.
Much easier to see the airport when you're already in line with with the airport.
Yep.
Bring us down to about 3,000. Nice. Descent.
November 6 for Alpha, maintain air above 3,000.
At or above 3,000, 6 for Alpha. Alright, well I'm gonna stay where I am then, never mind.
Yeah.
They saw I was descending, I guess.
Yeah, he saw you were descending, but he has traffic out here to your left, coming opposite direction right at you, and he's 1,700 below you, so he's just trying to create some space.
Fair enough.
Alpha, traffic off your left side, 9 o'clock, 2 miles north, eastbound 1,500, altitude indicated. Type of helicopter, altitude restriction canceled.
We're looking out for the traffic, 6 for Alpha.
I got him. He's getting ready. He's just beyond that upper lake.
Traffic in sight, 6 for Alpha. Very cool.
St. Francis helicopter.
Do a little wing wave, just like hey. He's not gonna see it from here. But.
I'm not looking forward to the cooler weather. We're gonna start having geese out here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I just see a giant flock right there.
Yeah, there was one that was underneath us that flew down the river.
Yeah, I heard a story of Dean got a bird strike once, and it went through the window. They had to land it back to KPIA with a student or something like that. I don't know how true that is.
Might have happened. I know this particular airplane hit one on the left wing last year.
Okay, alright.
Hit a goose, put a nice sized dent in the wing. Luckily they landed at Pekin, and the guy there is an amazing sheet metalist over there, and all he did was he popped the dent out and inspected the structure behind it. There was no damage to the structure, so it went right back up to flying.
Oh, it should be.
It didn't break any of the metal or nothing.
More traffic to our... I don't see him though. See him on here either. What are you? Oh, that's 090. So, what's he doing?
He's doing a demo flight right now, so he's probably flying the river.
Yeah, what altitude is he at? He's 400 feet below us. 500 feet below us, so yeah, he's probably under the river.
He's getting ready to cross over where the bridge is at. Just on the other side of the river. Let's see if I can spot it.
I'm trying to spot him right now.
So it's showing him over the intersection, right across the river. On this. me that camo paint job. We had a Mooney that he had his plane painted camo. So when you look at it from the top, it was brown. When you look at it from the bottom, it was blue. so
PRA Tower, November 52090, inbound expecting 22.
Number 52090, PRA Tower, proceed direct to numbers, runway 22, report a 3-mile final.
Proceed direct to the numbers for 22, and we'll report a 3-mile final, 090.
Number 6 for Alpha, number 2, following company Cessna, 10 o'clock, 2 miles westbound, 2,900.
We're number 2, 6 for Alpha. Keep an eye out for that traffic, 6 for Alpha. That'll bring us into some slow flight.
Yep. Hey, look at there. Used for slow flight. Look at there. Alright, 10 o'clock.
This should be like right.
About 4 miles. Where's he at on my ADSB? Shows he's going just over the edge of the city between the 2 bridges.
I really cannot see him. I see him. But is right there, little black dot. Don't see any lights.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to maintain slow flight. Good thing we practiced this today. Traffic in sight, 6 for Alpha.
Number 090, number 1, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land, number 1, 090.
Number 6 for Alpha, number 2, found the Cessna, runway 22, clear, touch and go, right, correction, right or left traffic, your discretion.
We're going to go for left traffic, 6 for Alpha, clear to land, runway 22, 6 for Alpha. Down a little bit, too. So this is saying that we're above that line, right? They come down and...
Yep, so if you're, so the line, they basically make it look like it's a target, so yeah. We're just to the right of the line, or, yeah, just to the right of the line, and we're high.
I'm really trying to push us to the left, but I think it's windy. Full power completely out. This.
Yeah, and he's on real short final right now. So we've got plenty of room. We can go up to normal speed.
Right.
If you want, you can leave flaps in if you want, or you can bring them back out. It's up to you.
I'll leave him in until I see he's full stopped and give us a little bit more speed though. So we're not at a constant stall. In case a bird decides to show up or something.
I'll just reach out and grab it.
Dinner.
Gotcha.
I do not see him anymore, but I know he's like right in front of us.
It's showing him on basically a real short final right now, like he's crossing the interstate right now. I don't see him, but that's what ADSB is showing.
Yeah, ADSB and this is showing he's short final already.
At 1,200 under us, that put him at 800 feet. That pretty much should be on the runway.
Very windy all of a sudden too. I need to get ATIS. I forgot to get ATIS. Listen. Oh, they're switching it out right now, I bet.
180 at 5 was the last one that you're going to hear on ATIS.
Here to Information Sierra, 1954 Zulu weather, wind 180 at 5, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 25, 2.14, altimeter 3013.
Okay.
Number 090, turn right, next taxiway, contact ground 185.
We'll make right at Alpha 4 and over ground 090.
I really want to get onto the vectors.
Huh?
I really want to use this, but it's okay. Not making it priority VFR still.
Yeah, so it's shown right now. You're right down the center line. You're just a little high from what the normal path would be. So, as we start to come down, so watch those PAPI lights. They're over there. Excuse me, the VASI lights. Watch those, and you're going to see it slowly come in. So one dot below, you see one light come on.
Yep.
And as soon as it goes to 2 red, 2 white, you're going to see that line match up with it. That's what your friends, the airliners, are using.
That's the only thing that I know from this and that is the only thing I know from all of the the flight sim that I do. This was a real pain to try and figure out because they have the same Garmin system inside the flight sim. So trying to like figure out how to set vectors and all that kind of stuff was interesting.
Oh yeah.
All right, second notch of flaps are in. Let's put our final notch of flaps. Our airspeed going at 70. They're in a nice shallow approach. Ooh, that was a big lift. Did you feel that?
Yep.
Feel a drop as we hit the highway and a heat going to be there from all the sun. So it's a little bit of right rudder. Line ourselves up at the runway. That right rudder in. Ooh, too high up. Oh, we landed sideways.
Yep, just a little bit more right rudder.
PRA Tower, Sky 3542 Foxtrot, expecting runway 22.
Number 3542 Foxtrot, PRA Tower, roger, continue.
3542 Foxtrot.
Alright, so Peoria elevation, 1,700, we're going to turn at 1,400. Goes back onto the waypoint. Yeah, that needed more right rudder. We kind of touchdown with the right first.
Yep. Yeah, just a touch more. Now what that was mainly caused from is you were holding a little bit of left rudder in while you were coming in, and as soon as you let the power out, what happened to the nose? Yep, you had no more left turning tendency, so it's just like, eh.
Have we done? That was did 2 at Marshall. That was 3.
I know that feeling. My ear cups, I haven't swapped them out since I started my training.
42 Foxtrot, enter a left base runway 13.
42 Foxtrot, you said left base 13.
Number 42 Foxtrot, affirmative, for approaches request, enter left base runway 13.
Left base 13, 3542 Foxtrot.
Number 6 for Alpha, runway 22, clear option.
22, clear for the option, 6 for Alpha. Why are they putting him on 1-3 when he requested 2-2?
I don't know. That's something new. I don't know where he's coming from because I don't see him anywhere on ADS-B. Oh, never mind, he just popped up. Oh, he's way to the north. He's like Mount Holly north. Left base 1-3.
Ooh, man. Getting bumpy out here. Yeah, because he said, assuming, or what was the word terminology he used? Expecting 2-2?
Yeah, so he was expecting 2-2, but apparently, I don't know if maybe he told approach that he wanted 1-3, and then approach held on to that, and he never told him that he wanted to switch to 2-2, and then as soon as he contacted tower, he said, I want 2-2.
Yeah, weird. Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway.
It's something new. Never heard of that before, like saying, nope, you're going to go to this runway because that's what approach said.
He sounded confused too. He's like, did you, are you sure he said 1-3?
Yeah, because I mean, he just told...
Oh, Tower Legion 9202, run a visual to 2-2.
Oh, that's
Legion
why.
9202, period tower, number 2, behind the Cessna, 1 mile left base final, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land 22, thanks, Legion 9202.
Oh, we're getting landed behind, in front of an Allegiant? Oh boy.
That's why he's got him on 1-3. Because he's probably going to be coming in about the same time Allegiant is, so he's going to switch them runways. Alright. So how we looking?
High.
Alright.
Very high. And get back on center line. Maintainer 70. It actually should be 65. 68, sorry.
Alright, so what's one way you can come down?
Slip.
Yeah, well, demonstrate a slip for me. Yep. So.
Wind 1506.
70. Alright, we're way too high. We'll go around. 6 for Alpha, going around.
6 for Alpha, roger.
If I had slipped sooner, I might have gotten that. So what happened was on our downwind, I was so busy trying to pay attention to why they're putting him on 1-3 that we were at 1,900 feet as I hit the configure spot. So I was really high and I didn't extend my downwind long enough to adjust for that.
Yep.
So we were just too high.
Yep, I was waiting to see if you caught that.
I did, but just way too late.
Alright. Yep, so the one or two things you could do.
Number 6 for Alpha, I'll call your left crosswind.
You'll call my left crosswind, 6 for Alpha.
So yeah, two ways you could do that. Extend your downwind out or pull a little bit of extra power out. Let it bring you down a little bit faster because you're still going to have the same pitch coming down. Yeah. That's what's going to hold your airspeed. So you could pull just a little bit of extra power out from what you normally would and let it come down a little bit further.
November 42 Foxtrot, proceed direct to numbers, runway 13, clear to land, traffic landing runway 22, air plus on a 5 mile final.
Proceed direct to the numbers, clear to land 13, 3542 Foxtrot.
Have we decided on tomorrow or not?
Legion 9202 traffic, Cessna 5 mile final runway 13 is Cessna.
We're looking at Legion 9202.
Let me look here and see.
Because I've been trying to stick to one flight a week because, you know, it's expensive. But I know I want to get up to speed with you pretty fast. So if you're still willing tomorrow, let's go for it. But if you have that other...
Yeah, I'm totally down for it because it looks like, yeah, I've got you booked at 4. It looks
at 4,
like.
yeah.
Number 6 for Alpha, left close traffic crew.
Left close traffic, 6 for Alpha.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Okay. I'll let her do it.
Yep, and I'll keep you informed, since we're going to be on a cross-country before that, up to Rochelle, which is basically Rockford. I'll let you know if for some reason it's looking like it's going to be behind, but I don't think it will, because I'm going to try to get in there, eat, and get out. Especially with all the skydivers that are there, I don't want to wait around too long.
Skydivers, ooh.
Yep, we're going to sit outside and watch skydivers while we eat.
Approach, or Tower Legion 9202.
Legion 9202, Pier Tower.
Yeah, just passed 2 drones off our left. It could be balloons, but they look like drones off our left side.
Legion 9202, Roger. Do you have an altitude on that?
They were at our altitude, I'd say about 1,300 feet.
Legion 9202, Roger.
That is FAA illegal.
Alright, so that means we're coming right about where they're going to be, so we'll keep an eye out for them.
What's worse, a drone or a bird?
A drone could probably do more damage than a bird. I mean, a bird is dead weight. I mean...
Actually, they look like model airplanes.
Say again.
They actually look like model airplanes. Or those RC airplanes.
Number 6 for Alpha, there's a report of a drone to on a mile, correction, on a mile and a half, 2 mile final. 1,300, looking like a model airplane just off left of approaching. Do you want to stay on 122, or do you want to go to 13?
Let's stay on 22, we'll keep an eye out for it, 6 for Alpha.
Roger. Number 42 Foxtrot traffic is the regional jet, correction, is the Airbus just landed. Number 42 Foxtrot, the runway 22, clear to land, caution wake turbulence.
Clear to land 133542 Foxtrot.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 6 for Alpha.
What do you say?
Legion 9202, turn right on Alpha, contact 125.
I think he was
Right
going
on to Alpha, over to ground, Legion 9202.
They like cleared us to land. I just heard 6 for Alpha, but I didn't hear what he gave to that. Tower 6 for Alpha, say again?
Number 6 for Alpha, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, 6 for Alpha, runway 22.
Number 6 for Alpha, runway 22, clear option.
Cleared option, 6 for Alpha. Oh, I'm high again because I was too busy trying to focus on what he was saying. Pull it out all the way. I'm going to have to extend my down one quite a bit.
I'm just trying to think, if they're model airplanes, where are they going to be playing with them?
Could be anywhere in this field, I imagine.
That's what I'm thinking.
In an eye out as well, but I don't see movement. Fortunately, it's one of those things we don't see until you hit it, because they're so small.
Number 42 Foxtrot, turn left next taxiway, contact ground 25.
Left Echo 4, ground point 85, 3542 Foxtrot.
Roger flaps. Final notch flaps. I feel like we're getting blown from behind. But I don't get right now. Okay. Runway 22. Getting our 70s. Our power back in. I can tell what he says, like the right aileron's a little stiff, because I feel like I have to give it just a little bit more of a twinge to get it to pop down, but that could just be normal amounts of like movement, I don't know.
Yeah. Alright, so go ahead and get that rudder in there, so you're right down that center line. There you go. Now it's just an aileron game to stay down the center line, as long as you keep that rudder right down the center.
Yeah. I went too high again.
A little bit of red rudder. There you go.
Rotate.
All right. Do you want to make the next one a full stop and we'll go in and debrief?
Yes.
All right.
That was our fourth. For your tower, next one will be a full stop. 6 for Alpha. I should have said full stop, terminate, don't I?
Okay, you just clicked, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to really say terminate. You can just say full stop. He knows what it means.
So on the solo, I saw it was supposed to be 3 full stop landings. Does that mean I fully stop, go taxi back, and then taxi out again?
It's completely up to you. As long as you come to a full stop on the runway and then reconfigure and then take back off, you're fine.
Okay.
So, like,
will they have me like pull off of the taxiway and then, or is it again just up to me?
No, it's up to you. As long as you request the option and they give you the option, then you can do a full stop on the runway. Just come to a complete halt, then get your flaps and all that up, get set up, power up, and go.
Okay.
Just as long as you come to a full stop.
Interesting.
Some instructors like their students to get off the runway and then re-ask for permission to take off again. I don't believe that's necessary. Because they let you do stop and goes or touch and goes when you request the option.
Try and keep an eye on our altitude again. I'm wondering if I'm just hitting like a patch of upwind or something, because I don't see any clouds or anything that would be causing it, but I think it's just me in the end. Maybe too much power, maybe going too fast, who knows. Alright, let's pay attention. Oh man.
November 6 for Alpha, runway 22, clear to land.
Clear to land, 6 for Alpha.
And just make sure you report runway
22, yeah.
Yep,
Because say the runway. Yeah, we're landing on 3-1 actually.
Yeah, right now they don't care too much. They know we're student pilots, and you know, you're learning. So, but if it was some other tower, they would probably report back and say, cleared to land runway 22, and emphasize the 22 to make sure that you read it back to them.
Fair. I mean, honestly, I wish they would do that now, because that would help me reinforce having to say it, but I understand.
That's all right. They're also a learning tower too, so, you know, they're working with us.
Got our altitude, got our airspeed. Getting blown like crazy. And let's configure.
Infantry aircraft, reports of a drone, 2 mile final, 1,500 left of runway.
Talking to us about the drone?
Mile final. That's gonna be
like right where we are. It's gonna be this field again, in this like little town area. Unless they're standing next to the highway doing it, which would be really stupid, but
yeah, I'm thinking it's further out. I'm thinking it's maybe that other field, but he said left of final, which would put it by this field.
Like right about here, right?
I'm thinking it's one of these fields like this, but I'm looking out to see if I see anybody like standing out in a field like they're playing with something.
Yeah. What would they do in that case? Do they send somebody out there to be like, hey, you're flying a drone in FAA airspace next to an airport? Maybe don't do that?
Well, they have ways that they can figure out who's operating the drone based off of like serial number and all that. But if it's a cheap drone or something like that, you know, that's not a fancy drone, then I don't know what all they could do about it, other than they could track it and see if it, you know, touches down somewhere, then they could estimate about the area it's in. But I can't think of anything else.
Gotten gusty. Let's get back on the center line.
Yep, so put that rudder right where you want it, down the center line. Alright.
Oh, too far again. Doing that. Oh. Oh, maintain control.
That's so annoying, that feedback.
November 6 for Alpha, turn right next taxiway, contact ground plane 85.
Contact ground, 0.85. Have a nice day. See ya.
That was another rough landing.
It wasn't too bad. It was all the rudder coming in. So when you pulled the power out, and then the nose came back up. As soon as the nose came back up, it started shifting to the right.
Yeah. I felt as soon as it came back up, I like did this, like it did a little circle. I was playing as a bee. Right. Off the taxiway, not in taxiway. Put this back up to 1,000. Alright, flaps are up. Landing lights off. Strobes are off. Taxi light. Computer heat off. Mixture already leaned out a little bit. And trim set to take off. Okay. Oh, stretch. Oh. No, keep ATIS on there. 121 at 85. Alright. PRA ground, Sky Hawk 5364 Alpha, just off of runway 22 at Alpha 4, requesting taxi to Byerly Aviation.
Sky 64 Alpha, PRA ground, taxi to parking via Alpha Papa.
Taxi via Alpha Papa, 64 Alpha.
Any chance you saw those drones or airplanes over there off approach 22?
We were looking for them, we didn't see anything. We didn't see anybody standing in any fields and no drones. 64 Alpha.
Roger, thank you. Legion 9202 ground, you still up?
Clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead. So why did they close that taxiway?
Ground number 4411 at gate 7 with Sierra ready push.
Number 4411 PRA ground, push past discretion.
Push our discretion, number 4411.
So part of it was there's a lip in the center of the taxiway that basically the heat was lifting it up, but they're also, I think, planning on moving that taxiway right there. So I think they're kind of holding out as to what they're going to do. They've had Laser Electric out there moving some lighting around.
I was been complaining about that bump for a while, so I'm glad it's getting taken care of, honestly. I feel like every time I was hitting it, it just kept getting worse and worse, and then one day it literally like threw me out of my seat a little bit. I'm like, okay, well.
Yeah, I noticed it too, and I think that's what they were having, is they were having all that heat and everything, so it was lifting that cement up. So that I think they just decided they were going to try and fix it. Now it's just, they keep pushing it off further and further, so I think that's their band-aid right now, is to keep people off of it.
Go some room. To the fancy jet.
DJ2, that's in flight sim.
Yeah.
There was a Phenom that was sitting next to it, but it's gone. Got a Piper Archer, a 152. That guy's out of Pekin. And then our airplanes. looks like they're showing them the different airplanes.
Alright, is there anything open down at the end? Or are we parking next to him?
Yeah, just park next to him. I don't like us parking all the way down to the very end anyways, because...
Oh, it's super annoying, yeah.
It's annoying taxiing out, so...
They told us to do that one day, and we're like, do we have to? And they're like, yes, you have to. Like, okay. Alright, let's wait for them to... da-da-da-da-da. Where tips, wingtips are clear.
Yep, you're fine. As long as you come in on that center line of the T, you'll never touch tips. That'll be good.
Okay. ALC silent, avionics off. See ya.